Welcome back, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, to the super, not funny show reviews. And today I'm reviewing Velma episodes 9 and 10. They're entitled Family Woman and The Brains of the Operation. And that's coming to you from HBO Max. So, what did I think about it? And should you be watching? Before we get into the review, get down there and hit the like on this video. Well, this long and seemingly interminable journey to the end of Velma season 1, or just Velma, has come to an end with the last 2 episodes premiering. And you know what? I will give them credit for this. They're not completely terrible. In a sense, they fulfilled the promise that eventually this would, in fact, be a Scooby-Doo, sort of show where they would solve a mystery. Someone would be unmasked. Everything would make sense, somewhat. To that end, yes, they do all of these things. And in the process, they also expose something I've been saying constantly through this show, which is that Velma sucks as a character. Not Velma, the character, but Velma in this show sucks. Just like I failed to find many redeeming qualities about her. Yes, she's seemingly intelligent. She solves mysteries. She's also extremely driven, but also very much self-centered and self-serving. And everyone seems to know that, and they still want her. Go figure. This help me understand this. I guess writers they spent 10 episodes, exposing how terrible she is, but not explaining why. Literally every member of the mystery gang except Scooby, because he doesn't exist, likes her for some reason. Who can call that? We get in the first episode, Family Woman, where Diya Dinkley is back, but she's got some weird trauma amnesia. So Norville's dad's like, well, for 72 hours, everything's got to be, she got to be calm, or else she'll lose her memories. Maybe she won't remember what's going on. And so it's basically, Velma and her dad and everybody has to try to pretend like everything's exactly the same as it was before she disappeared. Otherwise, she's going to lose her memory. So the joke of the whole episode is, that Velma has to pretend like her dad's, little kid, her baby that is, in fact, her and Norville's, and she basically barely tolerates the kid's existence, and Norville really is the dad or whatever. But of course, he goes along with it because he's still simping for Velma for reasons, whatever those reasons are. And so what we end up seeing is that, they go through all that stuff and trying to hide the fact that, her dad did in fact go and get another woman pregnant and everything like that. And meanwhile, Daphne and Fred are sort of on the outs with the brain girls, for various reasons, the brains in the jar. So they're not popular anymore. So they try to figure out how to be popular. Instead, they an elaborate ruse to sort of show that they are in fact, popular. And Daphne, she wants to be girlfriends with Velma for reasons. Again, for reasons. I don't know why. And but she has to maintain this ruse that she and Fred are a couple so that she can be popular again. It's real silly, shallow, whatever foolishness. It's beneath Daphne, to be honest, because maybe out of all of the mystery gang, she's the one that's the least terrible. And also sort of beneath Fred, because Fred's, sort of feeling on the outs because he's maybe more capable than he has been, letting on, or maybe that he even thinks of himself. But, they go through this with this plan and everything. And it all seems to work out, I guess, except that she gets to see, Velma gets to walk in and see that Daphne kisses her, and now she's just like, fuck y'all. And of course, all this work to keep Dia in the dark doesn't help because she actually is not an idiot and realizes that her husband did, in fact, she says cheated on. I'm like, woman, you were missing and presumed dead. So, that's not really cheating. I don't care you try to, split those hairs. Not really. But at the end of it, thinks that she's the one that did it. And of course, that doesn't make any damn sense. Even though they tried to make it seem like she was the one that was doing the brain in jar thing, it makes no sense. That leads into the brains of the operation, where we find out who the killer is. Spoiler alert, because you're probably not going to fucking watch this show anyway if you're listening to this review. It was Fred's mom, who is in fact the daughter of the general that was trying to get the Scooby program going or whatever. So this whole episode is, oh, we know who this is. Let's find we're gonna expose the killer and everything, and how she did everything. And it turns out her reasoning is basically because there's a big old glass ceiling. What if I get a woman that's just like me, like as ambitious as me, but put her in a guy's body? The sky's the limit, right? It's some weird ass, like strange, what would you call it? Strange feminist, sci-fi, I don't know, conceit or whatever, that if only a woman could be in the body of a man, somehow she'd fly to the moon or something. Which isn't to say that would or would not be true, but isn't it? It's like a weird motivation. But I mean, I guess keeping in with Scooby-Doo, they do stupid motivations for doing dumb things. But she wants Velma to have her brain switched. And of course, that doesn't work out because she tricks Fred into raging out of his his restraints, and then it ends up with Fred's mom being sort of impaled or whatever, on with a stalagmite or something like that. And earlier, I skipped over this, but Norville is basically, I'm switching schools because I can't be around Velma because he cold shoulders her and everything like that from the previous episode. But then somehow he still comes back anyway because, Velma in a fit of, oh, wow, I'm a terrible person, listens to his voicemails going back for like 2 or 3 years or something like that, and realizes like, hey, maybe I'm in love with Norville. So now, for reasons, again, there's some weird love quadrangle, whatever parallelogram going on between the various members of the mystery gang. Norville likes Velma, and Velma likes Norville, but she also likes Daphne, and Daphne sort of likes Fred, but also Fred likes. I mean, it's ridiculous. No one should like Velma. She sucks. But all that being said, look, it ended like a Scooby Doo, joint should end. I guess, they unmasked somebody, and they kind of had a chase and everything like that, and then I guess everyone sort of respects them maybe, and if this stops right here, I guess fine. It sort of sets the stage for what Scooby-Doo would be because they get the mystery machine, and Fred is like, I'm going to go out and I'm going to solve mysteries, but he's still kind of an idiot. But maybe he's got a good idea, and the gang's sort of together, but they sort of don't like each other. The only thing that's missing is a talking dog. So I guess at the end of the day, look, it got better. I will say, the show's not a complete dumpster fire. It's pretty bad in many ways. There is some enjoyment to be had in some places. It's funny in some places, but a lot of the jokes don't land. It thinks it's being cleverer than it actually is. Like, it's not the takedowns it's supposed to be doing are just too on the nose in some places, or just like I said, just not funny. And I wish the main character were actually, more likable. Truthfully, if this was, in fact, I wish all of the mystery gang were a lot more likable. But I did grow to be a little more, a little more of a fan of maybe Daphne. Not so Norval, but also I would like for him to be like more like we expect him to be and not whatever the hell this is, but they're hinting that maybe that's what's going to happen to get his anxiety or whatever on point. And Fred's just an idiot, but you know what? It's fine. But Velma, she needs uh just a personality makeover. I'm gonna harp on that. I can't help it. Like I just don't like her. And I wish somebody else was the main character. But it's her show. So I guess at the end of the day, skip this. But I mean, if you must, just you should know what you're in for. It's gonna be a slog, and maybe probably not enjoyable much of the way. But anyway, those are my thoughts on this finale, the series in general. What do you guys think about it? What do you think about what I had to say? Get down to the comment section, leave your thoughts there. And of course, you can always hit me up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. And do me a favor, get down there, hit the like button on this video, the notification bell, the subscribe button. All that good stuff helps with the channel so more people can see it and see these videos. All right, all you Fabricants and Fleshbags, thanks for joining me. Come back to the channel, got plenty more reviews on the way. Until then, I've been Mo de Poupée, resident fabricant and commenter extraordinaire on all things pop culture. And I'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.